Hey guys, I hope you're great. Today we will continue talking about a phonetic sound, which is the schwa. Do you remember we talked about this sound last week? Well, today we will develop this a little bit more. What are today's goals? Okay, by the end of today's lesson or by the end of this lesson, you guys will be able to have learned about the Schwa phoneme, also to have learned about some of the written existing variations for this sound. Also, we will practice the correct pronunciation of the sound. Then you will recognize some written existing variations, as I said before. And finally, you will be able to identify the sound within several words or from a group of words. So today we will discuss and cover different things. The first one is Schwa. Why the Schwa for today? Also, we will talk about its definition, which is its symbol, meaning its grapheme, or the way you can find it on dictionaries. You will also see its spelling and some examples. We will practice and learn how to make this sound, and finally you will find yourself with some activities. So let's talk a little bit about why today we're covering the Schwa sound. First of all, you have to know that this is one of the most common English sounds, and however, we do not have this sound in Spanish. So for most of us, it is very difficult to be able to manage this sound because we just don't have it registered in our brains. Also, you have to know that it is represented, or that you will find it in different vowels and also different vowel combinations. And also, we can have this sound more than once in one word, meaning that if we have a word with multiple syllables, we can have more than 2 syllables with the Schwa sound. And because of these reasons, we Latin American speakers very often end up mispronouncing this sound. The Schwa, it's a vowel sound that we find in many or most English words. However, this sound is gonna be present in the unstressed syllables of that word. Remember last week we were talking about stressed syllables, unstressed syllables, stressed words, and unstressed words. So the Schwa has a lot to do with this, because the Schwa, and especially the one that is represented with this sound, with this symbol, sorry, it's going to be an unstressed sound that occurs in the word, okay? Now, as you can see in the example here in the words the carrot, we have 2 schwas, or 2 schwa sounds represented by different vowels, the E and the O. How can you identify this sound if you're looking at a dictionary? First of all, when you look at dictionaries, this is a symbol that's going to appear. You will see like an E, but it's inverted, and that is the representation of the unstressed schwa. As I was telling you before, it occurs in syllables that are unstressed. Also, it can be at the beginning, middle, or end of a word. So you will not necessarily find it at the beginning, always at the beginning, always at the middle, or always at the end. It's going to vary. I also told you before that sometimes we can have more than one schwa sound in a word, and to exemplify this, we have the word favorite. Favorite. And this word, as you can see, its transcription, it has 2 schwas in the second and third syllable. The first one, the A, it's the combination of A, it's an A, fe, and then the 2 final syllables are schwas, favorite, It is difficult for us, or it may be difficult for us, because it can be spelled in different ways. We have it in many combinations. We have it with A, I, E, O, U, like all the vowels. It is presented in all vowel sounds. Okay, so if we have it with the vowel A, we will find it in words such as arrive, asleep, and away. With the vowel E, it can sound like oven, jacket, and believe. If we have it with the letter I, it can sound something like in humid, capital, and typical. Are you noticing how the stress in the letters that I am explaining is not stressed? Also, with the letter O, we may find it in words such as occur, obtain, and lemon. Notice again the unstressed syllables, right? And finally, with the letter U, we can have it in words such as upon, circus, and suppose. But since not everything is so wonderful, we can also have the schwa sound with some other spelling forms. We can have it with the EO as in pigeon. We can have it as in AI, as in certain. We also have it in IOU as in delicious, OU, famous, and finally IO as in nation. Can you notice how unstressed these syllables were? Also the vowels, and how I started pronouncing with stressed syllables, and then by the end I went unstressing the sound. That is because those sounds were schwa sounds. Okay, now let's get to business, and this is the most important part of today's lesson, because here we will learn how to make this sound. So in order to learn and practice how to produce this sound, we have to consider the muscles in our face, several muscles of the face. Okay, we also need to be aware of our mouth, our tongue, our jaw, and the position of the lips. Okay, so here you have two different pictures of how your face, especially this area, will look like when you're trying or when you're producing the schwa sound. The first thing you have to know is that your mouth, it needs to be in a neutral position. Okay, it means that it will not be wide open, it will not be in the back, and it will be like a no or something like that. The mouth needs to be in a relaxed position. Then we have the position of the tongue. Here our tongue is gonna be flat, as you can see on the picture below. The tongue is like flat. It's not up, it's not touching our teeth, it's not touching our gum bridge, it's flat. Then our jaw is gonna be mid. It's not gonna be like okay, and it's not gonna be like backwards. It's not gonna be like that. It has to be relaxed. And finally, our lips needs to be our lips need to be relaxed as well. Okay, so basically you have to relax all of this area. Everything needs to be relaxed. Okay, and once you have all of the things that we mentioned before relaxed, you're just gonna produce air, or you're just gonna let air out of your mouth. Okay, so in this instance, the schwa sound would be like If you notice when you throw the air out of your mouth, there's a movement also, like in your stomach, because of the movement, right? So it's Can you look at the position of this area? Focus here, please. And that is how we make this schwa sound. I know that this might look difficult, but if you start practicing with the help of a mirror, maybe you can record yourself, or with different techniques you will Okay guys, and now here are the activities that you have to complete for this lesson. So we will get in touch by our chat group in order to discuss the further activities that we'll do in order to check and revise how well you understood the schwa sound. Have a great day and I'll see you later. Take care. Goodbye.